Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do another first impressions on a foundation for you guys. That's why I'm coming to you completely barefaced. I'm going to be testing out the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So I know I'm extremely late to this game. I loved the product on YouTube and everyone just has really good things to say about it. So I went ahead and bought it, and I bought the color 2C0 Cool Vanilla. This is what it looks like. I thought this would be a good color match, so I just wanted to try it out. I've heard that it's good for oily skin. I've heard that it's good coverage. I've heard that it wears well throughout the day. So I just wanted to give it a try myself and let you guys know my opinions on it. It is a pricey foundation. I believe it was like $43. You do get 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard for a foundation, a liquid foundation. And just like everyone else, I'm not happy that it does not come with a pump. I feel like for that kind of price, you should get a pump. Right now, I want to go ahead and test this out for you guys. So I am going to prime and do everything that I normally do on my face before I do foundation. I've already cleansed and moisturized, put on my serums and everything like that. And I'm going to use my Lauder. This is the Spackle Supercharged Fortified Under Makeup Primer. This is just the primer I've been using. It is a primer that sinks into the skin, so it doesn't leave any silicone base on top of the skin. And I just put this all over in gentle motions down my neck a little bit, because I do always drag my foundations down my neck. If any of you guys have tried this foundation, let me know how it wears on you. If there's any like special tips or tricks that you use to make this last longer, or if you like it, if you don't like it, if you've tried it, if you've never tried it, if you love it, just let me know. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you know that I really enjoy mixing foundations, so this is going to be a little different for me, just using one foundation. Before I go in with my foundations, I'm going to color correct the under portions of my eyes. This is just my Bobbi Brown serum corrector in the color Light Peach 10. It's one of my favorite under eye correctors, and I just put a little bit and then I blend this out. This is a product that I never have trouble with. It never causes any irritation or separation of my foundation. It never disturbs anything. It just kind of sinks right in like a serum, but gives me a little bit of coverage. So this is something that I put under every single foundation that I wear, and I've never had any issues with it. So that's why I'm putting it on under this one as well. As you can tell, it just kind of helped to color correct a little bit of that darkness under my eyes. So I went ahead and I poured some out of my hand, and this is a little bit of a liquidy consistency. It's not, it's a medium consistency, because it did slide around, but it's not so liquidy that it's dripping down my hand. So hopefully this will be a decent color match. My arms look a little bit whiter than my skin, but that's fine. I do apply my foundations with a beauty blender. Sometimes I will go back and forth between like a kabuki style brush and a beauty blender, but typically for a liquid foundation like this, I do go in with a beauty blender, so that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm just going to take some on the back of my beauty blender and stipple it onto my face. And just by this, I can tell I'm going to need a lot more foundation than I poured out onto my hand. It does seem to be a pretty good color match. So I'm going to pour a little bit more out. I hate that this does not have a pump. It's just messy. And for $43, it should have a pump. Okay, let's see. This does look like it is a medium coverage, so we'll see if I can build it up with a second layer. But so far, I like the application. It's going on very well with the beauty blender. Okay, so that is the foundation with one layer. I'm going to kind of let this set for a second, and I'm going to go in with the rest that's on the back of my hand just to give me a little extra coverage in a few places. and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so I went ahead and did that last little bit of foundation that was on my hand and put a second layer on a couple of places on my cheeks, on my forehead, where I typically have some discoloration. I do like the way that this looks on the skin, but if you can tell, it's really just like a medium coverage. I don't feel like it built to a full coverage, what I consider full coverage foundation. You can still kind of see some marks underneath my foundation on my cheek right here. If you can tell, I have a little spot right here on my forehead. So it did cover, but it's more of a medium foundation, and it looks a little natural to me. So as I'm looking at it, I feel like the color match was very good, and I feel like this could be a great everyday foundation. Although for the price, I don't know, we'll see how it wears throughout the day, but for the price, I kind of want something a little more full coverage. So I do like the way that it's sitting right now. I haven't set it, I haven't put any concealer on or anything like that. So I guess right now I'm going to go ahead with my concealer and see how that lays on top of it. So the concealer foundation that I've been using recently is the Amazing Cosmetics concealer in the shade Light Golden. And then on top of that, I'm using the NYX HD concealer in the shade 02. I just put it right over there. And so the Amazing Cosmetics concealer gives me the coverage, and the NYX concealer gives me the brightness. So as this foundation, as I'm doing my concealer, this foundation, the way it's setting on my face, it still feels a bit tacky, so I do need to set it with a powder. But I like the way that it looks. It looks a little more natural. It's not really super matte, but it's not shiny. I kind of like the way that it looks, but because I'm oily and it still hasn't set, I am going to have to set it with a powder. Let's see how this blends out over the foundation. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but where I placed that concealer, it looks like it lifted the foundation, and on my chin a little bit as well. And that's something that, this is the concealer combination that I've been using, and I do not have that issue with it. So I don't know if maybe this is, because this is a medium coverage foundation, that it lifted the product. But typically when I use my more full coverage foundations, that doesn't happen. Okay, so I don't find that it picked up on the cheek. I feel like the foundation did stay in place. So I finished blending out the concealer. I was able to correct those spots just by going over them with my beauty blender. Like I said, I don't know why that product picked up at first. Maybe the beauty blender was too damp, but it was saved, it was managed, so it's not really counting against the foundation because it doesn't look bad. And on my cheeks, like I said, it didn't pick up at all. So I'm going to go in with some powder to set my concealer. I'm going in with this e.l.f. HD powder. It's just a clear powder, translucent. And I go in with a brush to set this. I'm going to see how the powder, hopefully the powder doesn't cause the foundation to move or separate either. And I do kind of a baking technique with this powder. I just put a lot on and kind of stipple it into the skin. I find that this powder, I look ridiculous. I find that this powder looks great in my wrinkles. So I love to really pack it onto the wrinkles. I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics powder to set the rest of my face. This is in the color 230. This shade is actually quite dark for me, but I go in with a fluffy brush and just kind of dab it on. Okay, so that powder went on just fine. It didn't disturb the foundation. I'm gonna wipe away. I don't leave that other powder on too long, so I'm just gonna take this big fluffy brush and wipe that away. I'm not really happy, guys. You can't really tell because of the lighting, but it has worn away right here on my chin. There's less product, and there's less product right on the tip of my nose. I'm not really happy with that, guys. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. Okay, hey guys, I wanted to do a quick little check-in before I head out. As you can tell, I'm getting ready to go to work at Sephora. I forgot to tell you guys earlier because I'm still new at doing these first impressions, but I put this Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation on around 9:15, 9:30-ish this morning. It is almost 11:30 right now, so the foundation has been on for 2 hours. I'm just going to do a little close-up real quick so that way you can see. All of the powder products went on and laid on very nicely atop this foundation. So far, so good on the wear. It's still a medium coverage, but I think that it looks good even with a full glam face on, the eye look, the lips, the eyebrows. I think this foundation does look nice. So far, I think this foundation could be worn every day with just simple makeup, and obviously it looks pretty good even with a full glam face on. So it's only been 2 hours. My oils haven't had a chance to seep through yet to see if it's going to break up any of the makeup or anything like that. I have not blotted. I haven't touched up with powder. I'm not going to do so throughout the day. I have to go to work. I will be there for about 6.5 hours. So the only thing I'm going to touch up today is my lipstick, and that's it. When I check back in with you guys, we'll see what it looks like. See you later. Okay, everybody, this is super weird because I am in the food court, so sorry if the volume is crazy. I just wanted to do my check-in. It is 2:40 right now, so the foundation has been on for 5 hours. I think that I might have to eat all of the negative things that I was saying earlier. Not really negative, but the doubtful things that I was saying earlier. If y'all can tell, I'm sorry the lighting is not great in here. The foundation looks pretty damn good. I have not blotted. I have not touched up. I've done absolutely nothing, and the foundation looks pretty damn good. So I'm starting to see some settling and some fine lines in my wrinkles right here. That's common with all foundations for me. But as far as oils, my oils are not peeking through, and it's not breaking down. Typically I will get a breakdown around my nose and on my chin, and that's not happening. So I'm actually pretty impressed with the foundation right now. We'll see when I check in tonight how well it holds up, but so far so good. Everything is still in place where it needs to be. I'll check back in with y'all later. Alright, hey guys, it's me back from my final check-in with this Estee Lauder Double Wear First Impressions. Let me do the time. It is 6:50. So almost 7 o'clock, which means that this foundation has been on my skin for right over 9.5 hours. Well, almost 9.5 hours. It has made me eat all my words from earlier. Y'all tell me, but it looks pretty freaking good. I have not touched my face. I have not blotted. I have not powdered. I have not done anything. You can see that I am getting oily, but I have a very oily T-zone, and considering that, I haven't blotted in 9.5 hours. So this is phenomenal, I feel. The foundation is starting to settle into my fine lines in my forehead and into my smile lines, if you can see. That is pretty typical for me for a foundation, but this did not start happening until about the 6-hour mark, which is pretty good considering I didn't mix this foundation with anything. And you all know I love mixing foundations. That's how I get the perfect combination. So I am really impressed with the fact that this foundation has stayed on. It has not budged. Everything is still in place. I have a little bit of crepey breaking up around my nostrils, if you can see a little bit. But other than that, it is perfect. I feel like with this foundation, if I would have blotted around the 5 or 6 hour mark and touched up with powder, I would not have that issue around my nostrils, and the fine lines and wrinkles would be less visible. So with that being said, this Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation is really good in my opinion. Not that I didn't want to like it, but it is kind of a pricey foundation. I think it's great for everyday wear. It was medium coverage but buildable with the powder and everything else on top of it. I'm really impressed. Let me know what you guys think. If you have it, if you love it. Let me know what you think about my face right now. 9.5 hours later. I did not touch up on my lipstick. I'm getting ready to take all this off and get ready for bed, but I'm really impressed. So if you guys have any questions about this foundation or what my thoughts are or anything that you guys can think of, just let me know. And Estee Lauder Double Wear proved me wrong. So I was a little doubtful in the beginning, but it has definitely proven me wrong, and I'm very impressed with it, and I will definitely keep it and continue to use it. And I think that mixed in with some of my other foundations, this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful finish. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Be sure to subscribe so that we can catch all of my future videos, and that's it. I'll see y'all later. Bye.